Javon Davis found himself in a heated exchange with Edgar Berlanga after the latter took offense to some comments made on social media. The altercation began when Berlanga confronted Davis for saying disparaging things about him on Instagram. Known for his sharp tongue and quick comebacks, Davis responded by mocking Berlanga for his recent loss to Canelo Alvarez, which only escalated the situation. This back and forth is typical in the boxing world, where social media arguments between high-profile fighters are as entertaining as the bouts themselves. Watching famous boxers argue online is akin to witnessing a live performance, and fans can't get enough of it. The drama adds an extra layer of excitement to the sport, especially when it involves big names known for their toughness in the ring. The recent social media spat showcased not only their competitive spirits, but also the personalities that make them fan favorites. Berlanga had recently faced Canelo Alvarez in a significant title fight, a loss that had the boxing community buzzing. While many fighters would likely take a step back and reflect after such a defeat, Berlanga chose a different approach. He celebrated his experience by posting a video online, appearing happy and unfazed despite the loss. In the video, he smiled, danced, and seemed to be enjoying himself, a stark contrast to the usual somber demeanor fighters exhibit after a setback. Some fans found this behavior surprising, questioning why Berlanga was celebrating rather than sulking after a significant loss. In the video, Berlanga expressed his love for Puerto Rico, even though he was born in Brooklyn. His Puerto Rican heritage is something he takes pride in, and he often shares his connection to the island with his fans. His celebration was more than just about winning or losing, it was about honoring his roots and showing resilience in the face of adversity. After all, stepping into the ring with a legendary figure like Canelo is an achievement in itself, even if the outcome wasn't what he had hoped for. However, Javon Davis viewed Berlanga's celebration as a sign of disrespect. He couldn't comprehend why someone would throw a party after losing, especially when that loss came at the hands of a fighter like Canelo. Davis took to social media mocking Berlanga's decision to celebrate his failure. "Congrats on getting yourself beat," he quipped, highlighting the absurdity of Berlanga's public display of joy after such a disappointing fight. Davis's remarks triggered a sharp response from Berlanga, who accused Davis of dodging a fight with Jose Rio Valenzuela. Berlanga didn't hold back, labeling Davis a chihuahua on social media, insinuating that he was timid and scared to face tough opponents. Berlanga's tweet implied that Davis was hesitant to challenge Valenzuela, especially after Valenzuela's impressive performance against Isaac Cruz. This jab stung, as Cruz had pushed Davis to the limit in their fight, highlighting Davis's vulnerabilities. Berlanga's bold claims about Davis's fear resonated throughout the boxing community. He suggested that Davis's insistence on including a weight clause in his fight against Ryan Garcia demonstrated his reluctance to face true challenges in the ring. Berlanga was adamant. "Tank is such a coward. He's scared because he saw how Valenzuela looked against Pitbull Cruz." This statement caught many by surprise, especially given Davis's impressive records. With 30 wins and only 3 losses, 28 of those victories coming by knockout, Davis has established himself as one of the premier fighters in the sport. Yet Berlanga was undeterred, continuing to criticize Davis's credibility as a champion. "You're 23, and from the outside looking in, you're probably not going to be champ anytime soon," Davis fired back, emphasizing Berlanga's lack of success in comparison to his own illustrious career. The back and forth escalated as both fighters took shots at each other's records and accomplishments. Davis's remark about Berlanga not being a successful fighter struck a nerve, underscoring the intense rivalry that had developed between them. Berlanga's loss to Canelo seemed to give Davis even more ammunition, as he questioned how Berlanga could critique someone with an undefeated record. As the argument unfolded on social media, Davis couldn't shake the feeling that Berlanga's celebration after the fight was a cover-up for deeper insecurities. Davis's perspective was that true champions don't celebrate after defeats, they analyze, regroup, and come back stronger. In his eyes, Berlanga's actions reeked of desperation, as if he was trying to mask the disappointment of his loss with frivolity. Davis's criticisms weren't without merit. He had fought and won against formidable opponents, and his record spoke volumes about his capabilities as a fighter. On the other hand, Berlanga's quick defeat at the hands of Canelo left many questioning his readiness for the top tier of the boxing world. Fans began to wonder if Berlanga's celebration was merely an attempt to shift the narrative away from his loss. Canelo Alvarez's performance against Berlanga highlighted a significant gap in experience and skill, showcasing why he is considered one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in boxing today. By the third round, it became clear that Canelo was in control, landing powerful shots that kept Berlanga on the defensive. Despite Berlanga's attempts to fight back, Canelo's relentless pressure and skill set ultimately overwhelmed him. Davis's observations about Berlanga's defeat underscored the reality of the situation. How can someone who struggled against a champion like Canelo confidently call out an undefeated fighter? In the boxing world, credibility is everything, and Davis felt justified in his critiques of Berlanga's celebratory antics. Berlanga's decision to celebrate despite losing highlighted the complexities of athletes' mentalities in the face of defeat. Many fans were perplexed by Berlanga's behavior. Typically, fighters grapple with their emotions after a significant loss, yet he seemed to embrace it with open arms. Perhaps it was his way of dealing with the disappointment, or maybe he genuinely felt proud of having fought Canelo, regardless of the outcome. Davis, who is known for his fierce competitiveness, viewed Berlanga's actions as a contradiction to the ethos of boxing. To him, a fighter's character is revealed in how they respond to adversity. Celebrating a loss, especially one as significant as a bout against Canelo, seemed counterintuitive. Ultimately, the exchange between Davis and Berlanga became a spectacle for fans and analysts alike. It wasn't just about two fighters exchanging insults, it became a microcosm of the boxing world where pride, reputation, and the quest for greatness often collide in dramatic fashion. As boxing fans tuned in to witness the latest developments, they found themselves engaged in the unfolding drama. Social media had transformed into a platform for fighters to air their grievances, and the entertainment factor of watching these high-profile athletes engage in verbal sparring only added to the excitement surrounding the sport. In conclusion, the war of words between Gervonta Davis and Edgar Berlanga encapsulates the passion and intensity that define boxing. While Davis criticized Berlanga's decision to celebrate a loss, Berlanga defended his actions as a representation of his roots and resilience. The back and forth continues to entertain fans, illustrating that in boxing, even social media disputes can become part of the sport's rich tapestry. What do you think about this situation? Should Berlanga have celebrated, or is Davis right to call him out? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Gervonta Davis found himself in a heated exchange with Edgar Berlanga after the latter took a